Coming up on the Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show, tournament coverage from Smith Mountain Lake with the Virginia Big Bass Classic. We have highlights from the 29th annual Wolfson Childrens Hospital charity tournament on the St. Johns River in Palatka, Florida. A review of the Bass Eastern Open #2 on Lake Norman. That, as well as the Sportsman's Warehouse Product Spotlight, Strike King Pro Tips, and much more. Let's get started right now. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show. The Big Bass Tour has been on the road again this season, visiting some of the premier bass fisheries across the country. If you recall, this tour holds 2-day tournaments, allowing anglers to weigh in 1 fish per hour, with the top 12 each hour getting a check. Over $56,000 are paid out each tournament, with the 2-day winner taking home a new $30,000 boat, motor, and trailer package. We visited with the Big Bass staff and anglers at their event in Smith Mountain Lake in Virginia. Here's Scott Gordon.
Hey everybody, welcome to Smith Mountain Lake and the Virginia Big Bass Classic presented by Minn Kota. The bite was slow during practice from a lot of anglers that we spoke to, but today doesn't seem to be the case. It's been non-stop bass here over the first couple of hours. In fact, it's taking a minimum of 4 pounds just to stay in the top 12. Right now it's pre-spawn. They're still just kind of moving up to the shallow, so we're not quite there. The water temp's around 55 degrees, so with the wind and overcast, it's not a sight fishing game. So it's a lot of reaction baits, a lot of your typical big bass baits are what anglers are using, but the bite has definitely seemed to turn on. This lake is so close to just exploding. All right, what's your guess? That's a good fish. What do you think it's going to weigh?
I don't know. I hope we go 6.
You hope it'll go 6. Well, let's find out. Will we have an overall big bass leader change? Boom! 648. We have a new overall big bass leader.
Yeah, just throwing around docks and points, and they're just now starting to move up. We're finally getting some good weather, and it's been cold all winter, it seemed like, and they just been hanging tight deep, and now I think the big ones are starting to move up, so it might be a pretty good tournament for sure. The way the fish are moving up, I don't think my 648 is going to hold it, but I'd say it's going to take a 7-pounder to win this one. So this is a good cove, a lot of good rock in it, and I like to fish rock this time of year. Seem to get a little warmer, and maybe there'll be a big one sitting on one here. We need to catch one for the camera.
That's right.
Oh. That was her.
Oh.
I don't know how big it was. I didn't see it. Couldn't set the hook on it real good sideways. Hurry. That's a decent one. Get by you right there and grab that net. It's not bad, is it?
Other anglers were bringing some impressive weights across the stage.
Boom, 479. That's going to put you all the way up into 5th place. Good job, sir. Let's see what we got here. Will it take the lead here at hour 5? Yes, it will. Lock it down, 542.
It's a slow morning. I'm clean down towards the mouth of the Roanoke, and just fishing around docks, junk fishing. It's tough out there, but lucky bite, I guess.
Where are you finding them?
I'm catching everything I'm catching today on between the jerk bait and the swim bait, mostly the swim bait.
The anglers continued weighing in, and some even dancing across the stage. That's our old friend Ralph Hollyfield, always a showman. Many anglers took home paychecks each hour, but no one could beat Randy Fairbanks' big bass weighing at 8.32 pounds. Randy is now the proud owner of the $30,000 boat motor trailer package. Congratulations to all the anglers.
The Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show, sponsored by Ranger Boats, featuring the Z Comanche, 50 years in the making, by Mercury Marine, quality, performance, innovation, reliability, and by Strike King Lures, celebrating 50 years.
Here comes the rain. What's that girl? Flo needs help? Take me to her! Hurry, Flo! Why aren't we taking roads? Flo!
Oh, you made it. Do you have change for $1?
This was the emergency? Yes, I was busy.
24-hour roadside assistance from America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
You know, I think you're my best friend. You don't have to say I'm your best friend. That's okay.
For 50 years, Ranger has led the way in innovative, high-performance designs, and we're raising the bar again with a bold new flagship line, the Ranger Z Comanche L Series. These rigs are custom crafted with a passion for perfection and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver domination at every level. The next generation Ranger L Series. Celebrate a legacy, 50 years in the making.
You know, guys, I hate to admit it, but before every tournament, I have to tie one on. And I really hate to admit this, but before the Bassmaster Classic, I really have to tie one. And if you do what I did and tie one on from Strike King, maybe you'll get what I got, a classic hangover.
You've got a problem. No matter how well built your boat, motor, and trailer are, they're going to fail. And when they do, who's got your back? Propulsion Plus mechanical breakdown coverage from Progressive was created as a direct result of customer feedback. Because these guys are listening to us, they get it, they understand our needs and our concerns. This coverage pays to repair or replace the lower unit of an outboard motor or the upper and lower units of an inboard outboard motor in the event of mechanical breakdown, even if the breakdown is caused by wear and tear. And you know it will be. Propulsion Plus is available as an optional coverage for as little as $38 per year. Replacing the propulsion system on a boat can cost thousands of dollars, so the coverage can help save you big money in the event of a mechanical breakdown. No one was offering coverage like this until Progressive customers told them about the need. They're listening to us, folks. They were seeing a lot of claims for outdrive damage and found that it was due to mechanical breakdown, not a collision. So they wanted to create coverage that would keep more people protected from mechanical breakdowns. Hey, Propulsion Plus coverage is just one more way the folks at Progressive are ensuring our bass fishing lifestyle.
Now it's time for the Sportsman's Warehouse Product Spotlight. America's premier outfitter, Sportsman's Warehouse, should be your first stop when it comes to the latest gear for you, the serious bass angler. That's why we're proud to bring you the Sportsman's Warehouse Product Spotlight, featuring the latest gear for your tackle box. Here's Angler of the Year and Sportsman's Warehouse Pro Staffer, Ryan Thrift.
This week's Sportsman's Warehouse Product Spotlight is Costa sunglasses. They've got a lens for every situation under the sun, literally. One of my favorites is the new Silver Sunrise lens. This is a bright lens. It's going to really make colors pop. If you're in a low morning situation where you've got low light, a cloudy day, this is my go-to lens because it allows me to pick up contrast in the water, light, dark. If I'm on a sand bottom and there's a log laying there, I can see it better. I can see cruising fish in the summertime a lot better with these Silver Sunrise lens. Make sure you check them out. You can find them at Sportsman's Warehouse or sportsmanswarehouse.com.
Strike King Pro Staffer Mark Zona has some advice for boaters and their electronics in this week's Strike King Pro Tip of the Week.
Hey gang, Mark Zona, host of Zona's Awesome Fishing Show. And check this out, just check all this stuff out right here, right? All of you hardcore bass heads that have a nice, gorgeous boat, power poles, satellites for your depth finders and stuff like that. Hey, one of the things that I think has been overlooked for the last, let's call it lifetime has been the mount for your electronics. In fact, I'm one of those children that I've grown up on Lake St. Clair, Lake Huron, Kentucky Lake like we're at right here. And when you get in rough water, you're driving in rough water and constantly having to adjust your depth finder mounts, and spearing waves. And I've only speared one wave in maybe two, maybe three, maybe 1,000, because my eyes are not on the road. If you want to secure your electronics, get a TH Marine KVD Kong mount. Once you lock it in, it is there for, real quick, Jordan Lee, isn't that right? Back over here. Check it out, I'm being dead serious about this. One of the most important things in your boat is what your expensive depth finders sit on. TH Marine KVD Kong mount. Isn't that right, Jordan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Perfect.
Coming up on the Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show, we head back to Vance's neck of the woods and highlight the Wolfson Childrens Hospital charity tournament on the St. Johns River. And next, we'll have highlights of the Bass Eastern Open No. 2 on Lake Norman. That and much more right after this.
This portion of the Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter, by Costa Del Mar, eyewear made with the angler in mind, by TH Marine Quality Marine Products, and by ARE Truck Caps, Covers, and Accessories.
From the dedicated, passionate anglers at G. Loomis, we bring you E6X. We know fishing and know how to make high-performance rods. Each E6X blank features multi-taper technology and action-matched high-grade cork handles, providing perfect balance and sensitivity. E6X belongs in your hand. Feel connected. For more information, visit gloomis.com.
From bass and walleye to crappie and the great outdoors, no one has ever built aluminum boats like these from Ranger. They're packed with standard features. The ride is super smooth, they're whisper quiet and incredibly stable. Check out the difference in quality, performance, and room in a Ranger aluminum design. America's fastest growing aluminum line. No matter what you're after on the water, these rigs are engineered to excel and priced to be yours.
Are you done yet?
Does it look like I'm done?
Shouldn't you be at work?
Todd.
Hold on.
Your real bike's all fixed.
Man, you guys are good.
Well, we are the #1 motorcycle insurer in the country.
Wait, you have a real motorcycle?
And real insurance with 24-hour customer support.
Well, I retire as champion.
Game hog.
Champion.
The Bassmasters Open Series provides the country's best anglers a pathway to the Bassmasters Classic and Elite Series. But this year, the normal format has changed a little bit. Instead of 3 divisions with 3 tournaments each, Bass has decided to change it to 2 divisions, Central and East, with 4 tournaments each, and adding an Open Championship as a grand finale, determining the qualifiers for the 2019 Elite Series and Bassmaster Classic. Anglers Channel's cameras were on hand for the recent Eastern Bassmaster Open No. 2 in Cornelius on Lake Norman.
Oh, we got our top 12 pros and co-anglers. They hit the water at 6:15 a.m. this morning. A beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Toyota takeoff this morning. Sent them on the water for 8 hours of fishing. Talking to them, watching the blog. A little rough out there for some. A little bit better for others. Of course, Wesley Strader with over a 5-pound lead. Oh, we got some Wesley Strader fans out there. All right. Going to see how he made out, trying to make it back-to-back at Bass events.
Day 1 leader Patrick Walters had this to say about his experience.
Started out day 1 in the lead. I had 15-12, I believe. Great day, caught all largemouth. Day 2, largemouth bite left me for a little bit. Ended up catching 7 pounds, 6 ounces and fell to 12th place, but maintained in the cut. And today, me and my partner Ross, we went out and tried to have a lot of fun. You know, we went out and just scratched everything and went practicing. We caught a lot of fish today. I said we caught easily over 50 fish today. Boat traffic got bad about 10:30. We probably got about 7 pounds. We both got our limits, thank goodness. That was the main goal today. Went out there and had fun, had a great day, and enjoyed what Lake Norman in North Carolina had to offer today.
Florida's Will Evans stayed consistent all 3 days, weighing in 10 pounds, 13 ounces on day 3 for a total of 34 pounds, 7 ounces. Athens, Alabama's Sam George had a strong day 3, taking an early lead.
Looking for 10 pounds, Sam George with a limit of fish. 10-4, good buddy would get him into the lead. 10 pounds, 12 ounces, a new leader, Sam George.
North Carolina was good to California's Jared Linter.
He needs 9 pounds even to take the lead from Sam George.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
9 even to take the lead. 10 pounds, 5 ounces. Jared Littner to the top of the leaderboard.
No, it was a good week. You know, I got a limited amount of practice, and I'll tell you, one of the huge keys to success was the first couple hours I got a few key bites, and they were all largemouth. And the Garmin has such good mapping that I was able to just sit in my boat and look at the mapping and go, okay, there should be largemouth here, 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 here.
But with 5 pounds leading into day 3 and just 3 fish on day 3, can leader Wesley Strader stay on top?
He needs 5 pounds, 4 ounces to take the lead. That bite is not just an average Lake Norman bass, and if it was, this thing would be really tight. But I said yesterday's cushion was the difference. I'm starting to think that bite right there was the difference.
The sad part is the other two that I lost was way bigger than that one. So, the Lord never gives you what you want, He gives you what you need. And I guess I needed that one. But
well, you got it. 8 pounds, 13 ounces. Wesley Strader with 40 pounds even is your winner of the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Eastern Open here at Lake Norman.
Stay up to date on all Bassmaster Opens and other events by logging on to anglerschannel.com.
The Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show, brought to you by Minn Kota Trolling Motors, by Humminbird Electronics, Sims Clothing, and Ed Watkins Marine.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's join Vance on the water on the St. Johns River for some Florida fishing.
We're in my neck of the woods down here in Palatka, Florida for a very special event. It's the 29th annual Wolfson Childrens Hospital Charity Bass Tournament. I can't believe it's the 29th rendition, but yeah, here we are. And over the years, they've raised millions for the kids here. Yeah, there's a $10,000 top prize for the winning team. There's $5,000 for big fish, and the prize is just, right on down the line. It's an excellent payout. But the big winners, again, are the kids who are served by the Wolfson Children's Hospital. They come from all over the region. Folks, it's going to be a blast. Hang with us. We're going to get out on the water and follow some of this action on the St. Johns River at the 29th annual Wolfson Children's Bass Tournament.
Well, the conditions are totally opposite what they've been all week. We got the wind coming more out of the east today instead of the southeast. We've got clouds, no current. As of right now, we're between tides.
So everything's stacked against you, right?
Yeah, but we recognized all that and we shifted gears and we've slowed down, and he caught one right off the bat about 3.5. So we've had a couple other little small bites. So we're just gonna have to grind it out. The bite's gonna be slow.
So how's it going today, fellas? Put any in the box yet?
Yeah, we got a limit, but they're all just keeper fish. Nothing. Probably 5 fish, don't weigh 10 pounds.
I'm trying to catch a 10-pounder for you right now, okay?
That'd be all right.
Hard.
That'd be all right.
So what's been the key to catch the limit? Did you find some eelgrass, or you been in the current, or what? Anything, or just a fish here, fish there kind of deal?
We actually found a place up in the river, and we fished at Nefar a couple weeks ago, had some fish here. We caught probably 40, 50 fish, but just to get any size. Same thing today.
So how many of these Wolfson tournaments have you fished over the years?
All but 2.
All but 2. Good, great calls, man. Great calls every year.
Me and him been fishing them for what, 22 years?
Yeah. Folks, welcome to the party. Cabbage Point. We found it. Lots and lots of boats here. This is one of the first places on Lake George where the eelgrass is reestablishing itself after we lost so much of it during the hurricanes in the fall. A lot of these guys are looking at fish, some late spawners, still got some spawning activity here in mid-May on the St. Johns River, which is not unusual. There's a big, wide spawning window here. A lot of the guys are catching post-spawn fish out in the edges of this eelgrass, but it's just however you want to fish, as long as you're fishing shallow eelgrass. Obviously, they've found the habitat. They found the good eelgrass. It's reestablishing. Hopefully, it'll support all these boats, and we'll see a lot of big weights that weigh in.
Nice job.
You gotta hold him up now.
Yeah. Not that little big guy. Go away.
All right, let's throw it back. Worry about seizing with that.
Oh, you missed it. I got the good one a while ago.
Oh, good fish. Dude, it's been another good tournament. You had a lot of boats show up.
Yeah, we had 401 boats actually leave out this afternoon or this morning at about 6:15 this morning. We started sending them off. Took us about an hour and a half to get everybody on the water.
That's good participation. How many of them turned left and went north?
Very few. Very few. There was a constant string southbound. You can see the white lights headed the other way, headed south.
I think most of them ended up in Lake George, and the rumor down there, because we've been on the water, the rumor is there's a big Sachs heading this way, man. It's going to get exciting.
I believe it is. I think it's probably going to take, it's taking anywhere from 23 to 25 pounds to do the lads and lasses, as well as the VIP tournaments that we've held the last 2 days. And then I'm thinking it's going to be closer to 30 today.
It was a little grass line that nobody knew about because there was no white poles to sign it or anything like that. So it was kind of a secret until today. And all of a sudden everybody started rolling up on it. It turned out to be pretty good for us. Had one little honey hole in it.
Y'all got a monster sack with one really big fish. Who caught the big one?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Want to tell the story?
Just flipping in some eelgrass with a tube, and kind of seen her work in the area and flipped over in there and she ate it.
7.90
Yeah, we went to Georgia to start with.
You in there fishing in the crowd with everybody else?
No, we kind of stayed off to our side a little bit, but we ended up doing pretty good.
Found a little something to yourself, huh?
Yep.
What about pattern-wise? You just throwing, winding like everybody else? Or
Just junk fishing.
Just junk fishing around? Well, that sack certainly ain't junk, man. Congratulations.
No, I appreciate it.
It was a great day of fundraising and fishing there in Palatka. Congratulations to Tim Mann and Troy Ray bringing in the big fish of the day at 9 pounds, 27 ounces. And it was the 27-pound, 45-ounce sack of David McIntyre and Michael Johnson taking home the $10,000 cash prize. A great time for sure, and the big winners are the children that benefit from the Wolfson Childrens Hospital Foundation. Thanks, Vance, for that great report. That wraps up this week's Progressive Bass Wrap-Up Show. For expanded video, podcasts, tournament details, anything and everything you need on bass fishing, log on to anglerschannel.com. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week.
Promotional consideration provided by Carhartt, Bass Mafia, Buckeye Lures, Collins Boating, and by Rhino Hitch. Produced by anglerschannel.com.